Thank you for staying with us. Costco's controversial shopping policy will officially take effect on Monday.
Do you think you know everything about Costco, the place famous for its endless aisles and massive deals? In reality, behind its seemingly transparent facade lies a host of secrets.
You walk into the massive warehouse with a sense of security and a gold-colored card that promises endless savings for your household. For millions of American retirees living on a fixed income, this membership is viewed as a financial lifeline against the relentless tide of global inflation. However, behind those towering shelves of bulk products lies a calculated system designed by retail psychologists to separate you from your hard-earned retirement funds. The $60 annual fee is not merely a ticket to purchase cheaper groceries. It is the first step into a sophisticated trap that exploits your biological need to save money. The convenience of buying in bulk often masks a darker reality of overconsumption that many senior citizens are currently struggling to manage. While the corporation reports record-breaking profits every fiscal quarter, the average household bill for a retiree continues to climb despite their best efforts to stick to a budget. This warehouse giant has mastered the art of the broken trust, where the appearance of a bargain leads to a cart full of items you never intended to purchase. By the time you reach the checkout line, that $60 membership fee has already cost you hundreds of extra dollars in impulse buys that will likely end up in the trash. Corporate America has spent decades refining a maze-like environment where time and logic are intentionally stripped away from the consumer experience. For a retiree, every minute spent wandering through these windowless aisles is another opportunity for a billion-dollar company to manipulate your subconscious spending habits. We have uncovered internal strategies and behavioral data that suggest the true price of your membership is far higher than the initial transaction at the service desk. There is a specific secret hidden within the very layout of the warehouse that most shoppers will never notice until it is too late to save their Social Security checks. This investigation will uncover why your loyalty to this retail giant might be the very thing putting your financial future at significant risk. Many shoppers believe they are winning the economic game, but the data suggests they are losing more than just a few dollars at the register. Pay attention to every detail in this report because a specific revelation regarding your membership benefits will change the way you look at a receipt forever. The truth about a seemingly harmless $5 item is so significant that it requires you to hear the full analysis to protect your Tree savings. The mission of this comprehensive investigation is to provide you with the unfiltered truth about how your shopping loyalty is being weaponized against your financial independence. We are going beyond the surface-level marketing slogans to analyze the complex algorithms and warehouse layout designs that dictate your every move within the massive facility. This retail category matters immensely because for many individuals aged 40 to 65, every single dollar misspent is a direct subtraction from their future security and essential medical care. By the end of this documentary report, you will possess a definitive new set of rules to navigate these warehouse aisles without falling victim to the calculated tactics of corporate greed. We promise to strip away the illusion of the bargain and reveal the specific products that are draining your retirement bank account while masquerading as essential household savings. You will learn how to identify the subtle signs of retail manipulation that currently cost the average American senior thousands of dollars over a decade of membership. Understanding these hidden corporate mechanisms is the only viable way to reclaim total control over your household budget in this era of unprecedented economic instability. However, you must be prepared for a specific revelation regarding the internal data tracking that occurs every time you swipe your membership card at the register. A truly disturbing secret about the final destination of your personal shopping data will be exposed at the very end of this video. The $60 annual fee for a basic membership is the primary mechanism of a psychological trap known as the sunk cost fallacy. Once a senior citizen pays this entry fee, their brain begins to view every subsequent purchase as a way to justify that initial investment. This creates a powerful subconscious pressure to shop exclusively at the warehouse, even when prices are lower at a local grocery store. The membership card becomes a heavy weight in your wallet that demands frequent use to prove its perceived financial value. Corporate retail experts have designed this system specifically to override your logical spending habits with an emotional need to get your money worth. Behavioral economists have identified that retirees are particularly vulnerable to this specific type of corporate financial manipulation. Because many seniors live on a carefully managed fixed income, the thought of wasting $60 is deeply uncomfortable for their peace of mind. This discomfort drives them to fill massive carts with oversized products to ensure they earn back the cost of the membership through supposed savings. The corporation understands this impulse perfectly and designs their entire business model around the collection of these fees rather than the sale of goods. They are not selling you groceries, they are selling you a feeling of belonging to an elite club of smart shoppers. Consider the flawed logic of purchasing a 5-pound jar of peanut butter or a massive crate of fresh strawberries for a small household. Most of these bulk items will expire long before they can be safely consumed by a senior living alone or with a spouse. This leads to a hidden cycle of waste where any money saved on the unit price is completely lost when the unused product is discarded. You are effectively paying a premium for the privilege of throwing food away while the warehouse giant pockets your membership dollars. For many people on a fixed budget, the reality of bulk shopping is more about throwing money in the trash than building a nest egg. Furthermore, the automatic renewal feature often goes unnoticed by individuals who do not regularly monitor their digital bank statements every month. This ensures a permanent and uninterrupted stream of revenue for the company, regardless of how much value you actually receive from the warehouse. Many seniors continue to pay for access to a facility that no longer fits their changing lifestyle or specific nutritional needs, simply out of habit. It is essentially a recurring tax on your retirement that offers a diminishing return as your household size decreases over time. The company relies on your forgetfulness to keep their profit margins high while your personal savings continue to dwindle. We have analyzed internal profit reports that reveal the membership fee accounts for the vast majority of the company total annual net income. This proves that you are not the customer in this relationship. You are the source of a guaranteed and predictable cash flow. While you are busy calculating pennies saved on a gallon of milk, the corporation is celebrating the billions of dollars they collect before you even walk through the door. The trap is now set for the most famous item in the warehouse, a product that seems like a gift but is actually a calculated biological bait. The legendary rotisserie chicken, priced at exactly $4.99, is widely considered the ultimate bargain in American retail history. For over a decade, this 3-pound golden brown bird has served as a staple for senior citizens looking to maintain a high-protein diet on a restricted budget. You likely view this purchase as a small victory against the rising cost of living and a convenient solution for a healthy dinner. However, this seemingly innocent item is actually a calculated biological bait designed to manipulate both your wallet and your physical health. Behind the appetizing aroma lies a corporate strategy that prioritizes foot traffic and profit margins over the medical well-being of the elderly. The corporation intentionally loses approximately $30 to $40 million every year by keeping the price of this chicken at under $5. This financial sacrifice is a textbook example of a loss leader intended to lure you to the very back of the massive warehouse. To reach this bargain, you are forced to navigate past thousands of high-margin products, often resulting in an unplanned spending haul of $200 or more. Cite 12891434. They are effectively using your hunger and your desire for a bargain to drive you into a spending frenzy that most retirees cannot afford. This is not a gift from the company to the consumer. It is a sophisticated psychological hook that treats you as a statistic in their quarterly growth reports. Cite 1,585. The true cost of this chicken is not paid at the cash register, but rather in the long-term impact on your cardiovascular system. We have uncovered that these birds undergo a process called plumping, where they are injected with a massive volume of saline solution and various chemical additives. This industrial technique increases the weight of the meat by 15 to 20%, forcing you to pay for water and chemicals under the guise of poultry. A single serving of this meat can contain over 460 milligrams of sodium, which is nearly 20% of the total daily limit for a healthy adult. For a senior citizen managing hypertension or heart disease, this hidden salt bomb is a silent and dangerous trigger for a potential stroke. Furthermore, the label often lists natural flavoring as a way to legally conceal the presence of monosodium, glutamate, and other addictive taste enhancers. These substances are specifically designed to overstimulate your palate and create a physical craving for more processed warehouse food. The retail giant relies on the fact that most shoppers will not investigate the complex chemical profile of their dinner until a medical crisis occurs. You are being fed a cocktail of preservatives and laboratory-engineered flavors that compromise your gut health and metabolic stability. The few dollars you save today on a cheap dinner will eventually be paid back tenfold to the healthcare industry to manage your declining health. This systematic betrayal of trust highlights a broader pattern where your loyalty is traded for corporate dominance in the food industry. While you believe you are making a smart financial choice, the warehouse is laughing all the way to the bank at your expense. It is a grim reality where a $5 bird can lead to a $50,000 medical bill for heart surgery or emergency care. We have only scratched the surface of the physical and financial traps hidden within these windowless concrete walls. The next revelation involves a specific membership upgrade that is marketed as a reward but functions as a direct tax on your retirement savings. You must hear the following analysis to understand why a specific premium card in your wallet might be a silent thief of your future. The architecture of the massive warehouse is not a result of logistical convenience, but is a masterclass in psychological manipulation and physical exhaustion. Every single square inch of the polished concrete floor is designed to keep the consumer moving through high-margin sections before reaching the basic necessities of life. For an elderly shopper with limited mobility or chronic pain, this forced trek across thousands of square feet is a calculated assault on their physical endurance. The corporation understands that the longer you spend navigating their windowless corridors, the more likely you are to succumb to decision fatigue and impulse spending. One of the most cynical tactics used by these retail giants is the intentional placement of essential items like milk and eggs at the furthest possible point from the entrance. This requires a senior citizen to walk past hundreds of tempting displays and seasonal products that they never intended to purchase when they entered. By the time they reach the dairy section, they have already been exposed to thousands of visual cues designed to trigger a sense of scarcity or a fear of missing out. This layout serves as a physical barrier between the consumer and their budget, ensuring that the primary mission of the trip is compromised by corporate distractions. Furthermore, the warehouse intentionally omits traditional signage and aisle markers to create a phenomenon the company calls the treasure hunt experience. While younger shoppers might view this as a novelty for a retiree, it represents a frustrating and energy-depleting search for simple household goods. This lack of clear direction is intended to disorient the shopper and break their focused intent, leaving them vulnerable to the subconscious influence of end-cap promotions. Every moment spent searching for a familiar product is an extra moment for the corporate marketing machine to sell you items that contribute to household clutter rather than financial health. The human consequence of this strategy is often overlooked by the retail industry, but for the senior population, the toll is both physical and financial. Walking several thousand steps on hard concrete just to secure basic sustenance can lead to significant fatigue and increased stress levels for those in their golden years. This exhaustion often impairs judgment at the final point of sale, leading to even more regrettable financial decisions as the shopper rushes to exit the facility. Your energy is being harvested by a multi-billion-dollar entity that views your time as an exploitable resource for their quarterly profit reports. The upgrade to an executive membership level is often presented as a prestigious opportunity to earn significant rewards through a 2% annual cashback program. This premium tier costs exactly $120 per year, which is double the price of the standard Gold Star membership. For a retiree living on a fixed budget, the promise of receiving money back on every purchase sounds like a perfect financial strategy. However, the mathematical reality of this program is far less favorable than the enthusiastic sales pitch at the front desk suggests. You are essentially paying a $60 premium upfront for a gamble that rarely pays off for a small household. To simply break even on the additional cost of the upgrade, a member must spend at least $3,000 annually on qualifying warehouse purchases. This high threshold is often impossible for senior citizens who are no longer shopping for large families or expensive luxury items. Internal corporate data suggests that a vast majority of these premium members never spend enough to cover the extra membership fee through their cashback rewards. Despite this, the company continues to aggressively market the upgrade to individuals whose spending habits make the program a guaranteed financial loss. It is a brilliant psychological maneuver that turns a simple expense into a perceived investment in your own loyalty. The pressure to upgrade often occurs at the cash register during the busiest shopping hours, leaving the consumer with little time to calculate the actual benefits. Employees are trained to use sophisticated sales scripts that emphasize the potential for high rewards while downplaying the significant upfront cost. Many seniors succumb to this high-pressure environment because they want to believe they are making the most of their warehouse benefits. Once the higher fee is paid, the customer feels an even stronger psychological obligation to return and shop more frequently. This cycle of forced loyalty ensures that the warehouse keeps its shelves moving while you keep your credit card active. The executive membership card is more than just a tool for rewards. It is a tracking device that monitors your specific brand preferences and life stages. While you focus on the small check you receive once a year, the corporation is gathering deep insights into your health and financial stability. This data is the most valuable asset in their entire business empire, far outweighing the profit they make from selling a pallet of toilet paper. There's a specific secret regarding how your purchases are linked to the big brands hiding behind the Kirkland label that we are about to expose. You need to hear the next section to see how a specific global coffee brand is profiting from your personal information in ways you never imagined. The Kirkland signature brand is often celebrated as the ultimate secret weapon for the savvy American shopper looking to save on premium quality goods. Many consumers believe they have discovered a clever loophole in the retail system by purchasing products that are rumored to be identical to famous national brands. It is widely circulated that your Kirkland coffee is simply repackaged Starbucks, or that your house brand batteries are manufactured on the exact same assembly lines as Duracell. This narrative of hidden value is carefully cultivated by the corporation to create a sense of insider knowledge and loyalty among its senior members. However, the reality of these manufacturing agreements is far more complex and potentially detrimental to the consumer than the marketing suggests. A manufacturing contract between a massive warehouse and a premium brand often involves significant compromises to meet a specific and aggressive price point. While the source of the raw materials may remain the same, the internal specifications and quality control standards are frequently adjusted to maximize corporate profit margins. For instance, the beans used in your bulk coffee may be roasted to a different profile or sourced from lower grade harvests to offset the massive volume discounts. You are led to believe you are receiving the exact same product for half the price, but you are often receiving a modified version designed for mass distribution. This subtle erosion of quality is nearly impossible for the average retiree to detect until the performance of the product begins to fail prematurely. The lack of transparency regarding these third-party suppliers creates a dangerous environment where accountability is conveniently shifted between the retailer and the manufacturer. When a product formulation changes or a recall occurs, the consumer is often left in the dark about which entity is truly responsible for the failure. For a senior citizen who relies on consistent quality for their health and household stability, this ambiguity is a significant and uncalculated risk. The corporation benefits from the prestige of the national brand while avoiding the high costs associated with maintaining those original premium standards. You are essentially paying for the ghost of a brand that may no longer possess the qualities that earned your trust in the first place. This strategy of brand masking is a pillar of the warehouse financial success, but it serves to further complicate the decision-making process for those on a fixed income. Every time you reach for a Kirkland product, you are participating in a corporate experiment where cost-cutting measures are hidden behind a familiar and reassuring label. The illusion of equivalency is a powerful tool used to keep you from comparing prices and ingredients at specialized retailers. Your loyalty is being harvested to support a supply chain that prioritizes volume and efficiency over the absolute integrity of the goods you bring into your home. The warehouse is now preparing to reveal its most profitable trap involving a specific category of health products that target the most vulnerable members of society. The allure of the bulk purchase is perhaps the most effective weapon in the warehouse arsenal against the financial security of the American senior. You are conditioned to believe that purchasing 2 gallons of mayonnaise or a massive crate of produce is an act of fiscal responsibility and foresight. However, this stockpiling mentality often ignores the physiological reality of a smaller household that can no longer consume products at an industrial pace. For a retiree, these oversized packages frequently transform from a bargain into a direct contribution to the local landfill before they can be finished. You are paying for the illusion of preparedness while your hard-earned money is rotting away in your own refrigerator. Retail investigators have observed a disturbing trend where the price per unit in bulk packaging is sometimes higher than individual items found at competing grocers. This phenomenon, often hidden by complex packaging sizes, allows the corporation to extract more profit from consumers who have stopped comparing prices due to warehouse loyalty. Furthermore, the practice of shrinkflation has quietly migrated into the bulk sector, where the number of units in a bundle remains the same, but the volume of each unit is reduced. You are effectively paying the same amount for less product, a fact that is easily missed when dealing with such massive quantities. This systematic deception ensures that your retirement check does not stretch as far as the marketing brochures would have you believe. The psychological pressure to stockpile is reinforced by the warehouse constant rotation of seasonal items and limited time offers. This creates an artificial sense of scarcity that drives seniors to purchase items they do not need simply because they fear the product will never return. These impulse buys of non-essential bulk goods clutter the living spaces of elderly members and drain their liquid assets for items that provide zero long-term value. Every massive container of a new snack or household gadget represents a subtraction from the funds needed for future healthcare or emergencies. Your sense of security is being traded for a garage full of corporate excess that serves no purpose in your daily life. The final betrayal in the bulk buying cycle is the hidden cost of the energy and storage required to maintain such a massive inventory at home. Many seniors find themselves purchasing additional refrigeration or storage solutions just to accommodate the volume of goods they are encouraged to buy. This secondary spending is a direct result of the warehouse business model, which externalizes its inventory costs onto the consumer home. You are paying for the privilege of acting as a satellite warehouse for a billion-dollar entity that views your retirement home as extra shelf space. The most devastating revelation regarding your physical safety and a specific $3,000 medical expense is waiting at the very end of this report. The hearing aid industry has long been accused of operating as a predatory monopoly that views the inevitable decline of human biology as a lucrative profit center. For many seniors, the ability to hear their loved ones is a fundamental necessity that should be accessible and transparently priced within a fair market. However, the standard market price for a pair of high-quality hearing aids often reaches a staggering $4,600 at private clinics. This exorbitant cost is frequently described by consumer advocates as a form of highway robbery that targets the most vulnerable members of the retired population. You are essentially being forced to choose between your essential financial savings and your ability to participate in basic human conversation. The warehouse giant has positioned its hearing centers as a revolutionary alternative by offering their house brand devices for approximately $1,599. While this price point appears to offer a significant saving of $3,000, it also marks the corporation's entry into the deeply personal realm of your medical data. By capturing a massive share of the hearing aid market, the company gains unprecedented access to the health profiles and daily habits of millions of elderly Americans. This vertical integration allows the retail giant to control not just what you eat, but how you perceive the world through your own biological senses. Your medical dependency is being integrated into a corporate ecosystem designed to ensure lifelong loyalty through data-driven manipulation. Furthermore, the process of receiving a free hearing test within the warehouse is often the first step in a calculated sales funnel designed to convert patients into permanent customers. The convenience of having a medical service located next to the bakery section subtly devalues the clinical importance of audiological care for the patient. Many seniors report feeling a sense of obligation to purchase the warehouse brand after receiving a complimentary consultation from corporate staff. This blurring of lines between healthcare and retail consumption is a primary strategy used to bypass traditional medical ethics in favor of quarterly growth. You are no longer just a patient seeking care. You are a data point in a multi-billion-dollar medical monopoly. The true cost of this medical expansion is the erosion of independent healthcare options for individuals who require specialized and unbiased clinical attention. As these warehouse clinics dominate the landscape, smaller independent practices are being forced out of business, leaving seniors with fewer choices for their long-term health needs. This systematic takeover of the medical sector ensures that your retirement funds are continuously cycled back into the same corporate coffers that sell you bulk groceries. The final secret regarding your digital identity and the 3 ways to reclaim your financial freedom is coming up immediately. Reclaiming your financial independence from the retail giants requires a radical shift in your shopping philosophy and a total rejection of the bulk buying myth. You must first acknowledge that your household needs have changed significantly since your children left the home and your career concluded. The most effective way to protect your retirement savings is to downgrade your membership to the basic Gold Star level immediately. This simple act removes the psychological pressure to overspend just to justify a high annual membership fee. By eliminating the desire to earn back a 2% reward, you regain the freedom to shop at diverse local markets where quality and price are more transparent. Strategic shopping for senior citizens involves a return to smaller specialized retailers like Trader Joe's or local farmers markets for fresh produce and dairy products. These smaller environments are designed for efficiency and ease of movement rather than physical exhaustion and calculated impulse manipulation. Purchasing smaller quantities of high-quality ingredients ensures that your nutrition remains at a peak level, while food waste is reduced to 0%. You should prioritize retailers that do not require an annual fee to enter, as this immediately restores your power as a discerning and independent consumer. Every dollar you spend on fresh local food is a direct investment in your long-term health and your immediate community. Developing a rigorous habit of reading every ingredient label is your final line of defense against the chemical additives found in processed warehouse foods. You should specifically seek out products with the organic green label, such as the Kirkland Signature Organic line, which often maintains higher standards of purity. Avoiding any product that contains natural flavors or excessive sodium levels is essential for maintaining your cardiovascular health and metabolic stability. If a package contains more than 5 ingredients that you cannot easily pronounce, it should be left on the shelf regardless of the perceived unit price. Your body is not a testing ground for corporate chemical experiments disguised as convenient and cheap family meals. Reclaiming your medical autonomy involves exploring the new landscape of over-the-counter hearing aids that have been recently approved by federal regulators. These devices offer a transparent and competitive alternative to the high-priced clinical models sold within the massive warehouses. By purchasing your medical equipment through independent and specialized channels, you keep your sensitive health data out of the hands of global retail conglomerates. You should also consult with an independent audiologist who is not beholden to corporate sales quotas or quarterly profit targets. This ensures that the care you receive is based on your specific biological needs rather than a corporate marketing algorithm. The truth about your warehouse membership is now visible beneath the polished marketing and the illusion of corporate generosity. You have seen how a simple $60 fee can evolve into a systematic draining of your hard-earned retirement savings and a compromise of your biological health. It is time to reclaim your status as a conscious consumer who prioritizes quality and financial integrity over the convenience of a windowless concrete maze. Every receipt you generate tells a story of either corporate submission or personal empowerment in this volatile economic landscape. Protecting your future begins with the simple decision to question every bargain and scrutinize every label before you reach the cash register. If you found this investigation essential for your financial and physical well-being, we encourage you to subscribe to this channel for more unfiltered reports on the retail industry. Please share your own experiences with warehouse shopping in the comments section below to help warn others in our community. Your voice is a powerful weapon against the transparency issues and predatory tactics of global conglomerates that target our senior population. Stay vigilant and remember that the most valuable item in any warehouse is the awareness you bring through the front door. We will continue to expose the hidden dangers in your pantry until every senior is equipped with the truth.